keep thinking about you, and I can't get you out of my.
Hi guys, Techno Dodge here, back again with another awesome video for y'all. Today we'll be playing Kerbal Space Program. It's a space sandbox slash simulation game where you basically slap a bunch of parts together and attempt to go to other stars. So this will be a 3-part series of me building 3 parts to a rocket ship to be able to land on a faraway planet called Dres, D-R-E-S. It is an icy planet. I'll show you a picture of it momentarily. Now, the command module I've had quite a bit of difficulties with, just because you also have to account in for a return vehicle and shit, so it kind of took me a while, but this is me attempting to make a transfer stage, although I won't actually be doing that in this video. But let me take a moment to talk about what Kerbal Space Program is all about. It is developed by Squad. Recently, back in like 2014, I believe, it actually passed out of beta and became an actual game now. And so it is just a fantastic game. If you don't have it, get it on Steam. Steam sales are about to go on, so check that out. It's like $20 or so, and you'd really be helping the developers out. So I'm almost finished with the command module here, and I am playing in the most recent version of the game called 1.1.3. It was released yesterday, I believe, and it's just a couple of UI changes here and there. So I'm using a bunch of mods, which I'll link in the description below, but I understand there's many different ways of building it, and this is probably one of the more simpler ones. Also, just because I'm not building like any rovers to go down in like the awesome valleys of Dres, just because I'm, too fucking stupid. But alright, so I was just building a shroud, which in the recent updates is actually very important because they've accounted for air resistance. Yeah, surprise. So as long as you have a shroud, it'll work. Doesn't matter if it actually is aerodynamic or not, but I just kind of slapped it on, so I think we're just about ready. I just had a bunch of warnings on the bottom right there, which are very important. I renamed it the landing module for Dres. So, by the way, here is a picture of what Dres looks like, where we'll be landing. There it is. It's icy rocky moon, more or less a moon, but anyway, so here we are, just double checking everything to make sure. The staging, very important. I actually just had to swap out an engine real fast, just because that one was way too weak in my previous attempt. Couldn't even make it into orbit. But just checking everything out. Those are SRBs on the side, by the way, solid rocket boosters. Fantastic in the thrust to weight ratio, but they don't last very long and they can't be controlled, so use with caution. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. Real nice visual effects there. We have 2 pilots going up in a beautiful landscape there. That's the command center, and that little black dot is a memorial stone, I suppose you'd call it. They're just kind of scattered all over the world. So anyway, this game is pretty great, pretty fantastic. I've been playing for like 700 some hours, and I would really strongly suggest it. You won't be disappointed. It's very easy, user friendly, plenty of tutorials, but plenty of great explosions, which is even better, and also awesome glitches like the Kraken, which if you don't know what that is, you should definitely check out some of those videos. So anyway, we're going to be doing a gravity turn, which unlike the movies is very important. See, you can't just fly straight up into space because you'll just end up landing right back down. You actually have to turn. And in this version of me flying my awesome air spaceship, I actually failed and got krakened, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'll show you in a minute what that looks like. But this is the map view, which is very important. I have a space station out there we might dock with, just because I'm going to be out of fuel. Now, in this version, I don't actually get into orbit, simply because like I said, I got krakened, so I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. Just a bunch of glitches still. Maybe might have something to do with me using 30 plus mods, but that's beside the point. I mean, that's kind of a give and take in this awesome game, is that you have the ability to mod your game extensively, but there are drawbacks. So this is me on my final ascent, and in the next video I'll definitely have this rocket ship in space, but this time, check it out, I actually got cracking. Here's what that looks like. So I'm just ascending normally, and then
surprise, motherfucker.
I explode and get this view image on my map, which I was just like, okay, that's great. So this is completely broken, but I promise in the next video I will be able to make it into orbit for part 2. Have a good day and much wow.
Don't see this glory. I'll be glad when you're gone, you rascal.